Wouldn't it be nice to be a canny art collector? You know, the guys who are able somehow to identify the great talent today that'll be worth a lot of money in the next decade. You would have wanted to have bought the first Pablo Picasso, for example. Well, Stephan Weltz has made a career out of selling big value art. And you've had a good run, haven't you?
I've had a good run at selling it, but not at buying it. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been sitting here. I'd have been in the south of France.
The commissions, I'm sure, are pretty good.
Unashamedly, yes.
but is there a knack to identifying artists early?
There is a knack, and obviously you can't expect you just to walk into a market and obviously know what to be buying. It takes years of modeling and following, and a certain passion, a certain eye. You know, we all can't be Charles Saatchi, who has obviously made more out of art now than what he ever made out of advertising, being a very smart speculator, in fact. But the thing is actually get your foot in the door.
Is there such a thing as investing in art? You use the term speculator when it comes to Charles Saatchi. Is he a speculator as opposed to an investor?
You know,
art investors speculators?
Art isn't an investment. It's a store of wealth. It doesn't pay a dividend, it doesn't pay rent, it costs you money to keep, you don't know what it's worth till you've sold it. I can give you all the disadvantages. And then I can tell you how to make a fortune out of it. You can get a 19% return if you'd bought P&O for Irma Stern 15 years ago. You could have.
Yes.
Don't ask me about the future. No, the thing is to take an active interest, go to exhibitions, go to auctions. Probably, you know, funny enough, next month, no, May, third week of May, Project Art, wonderful opportunity, a charity auction at GIBS, Melville Road. I always feel if you can start where the money is actually going for a good cause, you haven't got some greedy dealer, auctioneer.
Auctioneers,
they're the worst, let me tell you. It's a wonderful occasion, a nice time to be buying, and it's something you do, as I say, it's going for a great cause, and many talented artists. You know, somehow once you get into the marketplace out there, the gallery, everything's been sorted out already. The prices, there are very few break. You're not going to get a big break.
But I think also it's a place to cut your teeth, I suppose. It's a place to understand the art market a little bit better if you're new to it. And also, if you make a duff choice, as I did last year with Project Art, bought a picture I absolutely love, but it's not worth the canvas that it's painted on. You know, it really isn't.
Give it to when your next niece gets married.
Absolutely, absolutely. But the point about art is it's in the eye of the beholder. You want something pretty you want to hang on the wall. But for people looking for an investment turn on art, how do they identify who will be the next Maggie Leibscher, Irma Stern of 2, 3, 4 decades hence?
You know, there's a lovely comparison between buying a yearling horse at the horse sales and art. Because on the horse, I can give you more or less actual statistics. Of all the horses sold on those yearling sales, and a lot of money is changes hands, only 17% roughly ever get to see what a race course looks like. The other 83%, the lucky ones end up as a pony in the northern suburbs, and the unlucky ones pulling a coal cart in Soweto. Of the 17%, only 3% actually get to win a race. And of that 3%, only 1% and even less get to win a major race. And that's roughly your ratio in the art world.
Some people are better at picking the yearlings than others. Some people are better at picking the art pieces than others. It's the same.
You know, well, art collectors and horse, they're like gamblers. They only tell you of their successes, not of their failures. Your best bet is to go for the gilt-edged. Look, if you're going to go simply for what I like, it's great. That's really the attitude. You're happy with it, you're going to enjoy it for the rest of your life. Your kids are probably not going to like it, but it doesn't matter. If you're going to go for purely investment, stick to the blue chip, stick to what's got a recognized track record, likely to maintain that track record. Not that it can't change. An artist, because he's popular, making big money now, doesn't mean he's going to make big money. The highest priced artist in the 19th century was a man by the name of Holman Hunt. I'm sure you've never heard of him. That's it. Who?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But the trouble is, art is fashionable. Art's full of trends. 30 years ago, you couldn't have given a PNF away because it just wasn't trendy. Suddenly, it's trendy again. Irma Stern has become trendy in the last 15 to 20 years. The trends may last or may not last, and that's, I suppose, part of the excitement and the joy of doing it.
Like in anything, it reflects a confidence in the future. Because essentially you're backing the future of this country by buying of that PNF or Irma Stern or whatever the case might be. There's international interest, but minimal. It's not the...
But the South African market is pretty robust, isn't it?
It's very robust.
In terms of the masters,
it's very robust, but we are finding ourselves in a position in the present climate that it's easier to sell a 5 million rand painting than a 50,000 rand painting. Because the man who's got the 5 million rand, well, we know that a lot of people out there still
he's got 100 million offshore just in case.
He's got a lot of other, and he's still making a lot of money.
Yeah.
But the man who's battling little business or whatever the case might be, he's not there at the moment. But the other factor is that the real collector, you know, if you wave something in front of him that he knows, what we call a last chance syndrome. All your life you've been wanting a big crackerjack PNF, clouds, mountains, trees, just what you... And you realize your your thing is running out and you're probably never going to see one again. You will open your checkbook virtually irrespective.
But does that suggest that there is an opportunity in the 50,000 rand market? If you are somebody who's got some cash, it's a great investment opportunity now where nobody else has got the money to go to the auctions and to buy those.
The smart investor would now be ignoring PNF and Irma Stern and say, who were their equals 20 years ago and why have they lagged? And you know, you ask yourself, is Irma Stern 30 times more valuable than Maud Sumner? They were equal value not so long ago. Or Maggie Loubser. And then you start saying, but what's gone wrong? And then you just realize that the market, we live in a market of brand names. Whether it's art world or whatever, it's brand names throughout. And that's where it is. And I mean, even William Kentridge, who's a great artist, I've got great admiration, but a brilliant marketer.
Absolutely.
He could come and lecture the lot at GIBS and give them some sound advice. You know, him and Maserati are no different in the sense that you can buy the Maserati keyring or you can buy the Maserati. Depends where you are on the scale. With William, you can buy the etching for 8,000 rand or you can buy the major drawing for 2 million. It's there for you. And that's part of it, marketing. And I take my hat off to him.
He's done very well.
Or with the people handling his thing, but he's a very good artist and it comes through, just as Maserati is, I'm sure, a very good motor car.
Stephan Weltz, thanks very much. William Kentridge, there's no real William Kentridge, but there's a signed poster, so it's one you can afford. Plus, maybe you will help develop your eye to discover the next big names in South Africa. Project Art, middle of May, here at GIBS.